Alright, I want to do a video on some footage of Rockgate Park from 1966. This footage came in the form of a movie called Jimmy the Boy Wonder. I have been searching for this movie for quite some years now. I found this a couple months ago and downloaded it. I was extremely excited to watch it, not for the movie itself, but for the footage that it could have of Rockgate Park in it. It could show the wheel, it could show the tool room, it could show some of Ed's living quarters in the background in their sets. So I was really excited for that. It turned out to be quite a strange movie. The movie was put out by Herschell Gordon Lewis. It is called a children's show, children's adventure. Alright, well let's go in and check it out. It is a bizarre movie. I'm not going to go through the movie itself. I am just looking for Rockgate Park in 1966. So this is right at the very beginning of the movie. We see a shot down here in the tool room. I'm not sure what this object here is. That's most certainly Ed's hoist, right? The one hanging by the wheel right now. Or is that something different? You gotta wonder if they were told you cannot film the flywheel in any of these movies. Because in some of these old movies, the flywheel would have been very cool. In this one, all about turning back time, the flywheel would have went great with it, but they did not use it as a prop. Wonder if it was stipulated that they could not. Next thing you know, here we are at Rockgate Park. Half decent shot of the crescent. This may be on Rockgate property. If we could find Ed's old house, his wooden home. When did it burn down? I think 1972. This is 1966. His shack was still there at this time. There's an animation sequence in this movie, which is actually pretty cool. Well done. Alright, here we are back. Rockgate Park again. We are 48 minutes into the movie. This could be Rockgate Park, but everything is so dark. Here we go. This scene here is on the back side of Rockgate Park. The barbecue is just in here. If you walk through there, the quarry's over here. You can see the old stone sidewalk that used to be out here. The old stone path. I would assume that's an original stone path. Some of this may even lead straight over to Ed's wooden home. The wooden shack that he took from Ed's place. Someone has to have some photos of that somewhere. Anyway. So many trees. Here we are at the 9-ton gate. You can see how perfect these seams were. This is long before the gate ever broke down, long before it was ever repaired. It had this thing balanced perfect. Where Jimmy is there is a neat mark on the door, and there's a photo where Ed is pointing to this mark.
But how did it get inside?
Never thought of that. How many people would go and push at the center of the wall, thinking it was just a wall? Just watch how smoothly this door opens. Beautiful. I heard when they fixed the door, when they put it back in, they had to shave off some of the sides. That could be a rumor. But the way Ed had it, it fit perfect. So now we're walking inside the rock gate towards the well. Just check this out. Just gorgeous, and forest all in behind there. A lot of that, I don't know how much of the forest burnt down, but a fire was started back in there somehow, and that's what burnt down the wooden shed. This is a number of years before that. See the stone path back here? Possibly all original. It had a garden somewhere back there. Look at this. Watch this part here. Look at all the notches. That's sweet. Very nice. Look how beautiful it was back then. Look at all the plants and the grass and the trees. Lush and vibrant. There's the obelisk. Penton's Corner. Twin beds. You see back then they had some parts roped off by the looks of it. Here's the Repentance Corner cavity, Repentance Corner cavity, or whatever you want to call it. Feast of Love table. Look at all the trees. It's gorgeous. Ground itself with grass. And there's our tower in the background. Now at this point the ladder was still probably on the crescent. Once upon a time it was encouraged for people to climb up onto the crescent. Once upon a time it was encouraged for people to experience Rockgate Park. Now it's made so that you can only see it. This is where I got so excited. I was like, alright, we're going to get into the top of the tower. We're going to see what Ed's living quarters looked like back in 1966, before things were moved around. And then hopefully we'll see down in here, we'll see the wheel, all that.
You put it into its place. Time
Well,
will begin again all over the world. Are you coming with me? Remember?
at sundial. Alright, I slowed it down. Take note of all the beautiful plants and trees. It's a real nice shot looking down. It's one of the couches that came from Ed's place. Diamond table. A tree. Porridge bowl. Quick shot of the porridge bowl. Look how gorgeous it was back then. Oh, there's a part of the Florida table up there. A tree that stood up with some beams. You can see why some of the larger trees had to come down sometime, I guess. This is the tower over here. Unfortunately, I was getting excited that we might see the 3-ton gate. Don't get to see the 3-ton gate either. It's possible the horn was sitting on top of the 3-ton gate back at this time, but don't know. The trees are part of it. All the plants and the flowers. There's a little chair. There's a porridge bowl. Right there. He just jumped up on the diamond table. There's the easy chair back there. I could slow this down even more, but oh, there was a quick shot of towards the telescope. Now we're climbing on the wall. Now we're back down, obviously in the tool room. And they've purposely darkened out this tool wall and the wheel. Well, this is the end of the movie, and that's it. Now, there's some better movies out there that show off Rockgate Park a lot better, and they were filmed even earlier. There was The Wild Woman of Wongo. There was Naked on the Moon. This is Wild Woman of Wongo. I think one of them was like... Man, I can't think of the dates on them. One of them was 1956. You can see how the grounds looked, man. It was awesome. The grass and the natural paths and all the plants and the trees. Out of them all, the hardest one by far to find was Jimmy the Boy Wonder. You just can't find it. Go to archive.org. You can download it there now. Check it out for yourself. If you see any other clues in there, let me know, but I was rather disappointed on the footage of the park itself and the tower. Nude on the Moon is very easy to find. That's also in archive.org, I think, and you can also find it on YouTube. And The Wild Woman of Wongo, also in both places. Those ones are very much worth grabbing. They got some great footage of Rockgate Park. And now you know Jimmy the Boy Wonder. It has a little bit, but at least it shows us how the place looked in 1966. There is some clues there. The Ixora bush appeared to still be in the Feast of Love table. The ladder was not hung up on the tower, so I'm assuming the ladder from the Crescent of the East was still up on the Crescent of the East in 1966. And, well, I guess that's all I have for now. I hope everybody has a great day. Thank you for all your time.